Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Patricia Akundu Walker, Councilwoman for the town of Fairmont Heights. Our agenda will consist of the Civic Association's petition, the CDC, and the Ethics Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose for me calling this meeting is due to a most recent telephone conference we did hold with Senator Benson. And during that teleconference, the senator expressed to us how many good things are going to be coming down the pipe for us, and how much she's willing to work and go to bat for us. But she's having a problem with us not being able to work together. She's having a problem with all the rhetoric in the town. So I'm asking of all the organizations in the town of Fairmont Heights, as to what it is that you feel that we as a council are doing incorrectly, and what is it that we can do to make things better. I would be starting with the Civic Association, but I don't see anybody online as of yet. So, Mrs. Capers, can I come to you as the CDC? Okay. Ms. Capers, you're muted right now.
Thanks for letting me know. Of course, the person, just in case you guys are on phones and you may not know, my name is Daisy Capers, and I chair the Fairmont Heights Community Development Corporation. Right now, I want to say this to the council, to the mayor and council. This, to me, is a beginning. Just having a conversation with the community is one of the best things you could ever have. It's not a meeting about the town. It's not a meeting about any particular thing, but just to have a conversation, get to know people and get to know what they would like to do to make our town better is where I see us now.
Okay, thank you for that. I really was hoping that we could have someone from the Civic Association on the line so that we can try and get some clarity, because that's where everything really lies. Mm-hmm. I do see that we have some from the Ethics Commission. Would you like to introduce yourself? And is there something that we can help to make? Can you tell us what you feel we could do to make things better?
Hi, my name is Pat Webb. I've lived in the town of Fairmont Heights for 28 years in the same location. Recently, the mayor asked if I would participate on the Ethics Commission. We've been trying to get ourselves established. We've had some difficulties with that. Least of which right now is that we're down to 2 members rather than the requisite 3 as required by the town charter. So we haven't actually gotten too involved in some of the issues that we've been presented with. I noticed that I'm the only one from the Ethics Commission that is actually on the phone today. I'm not sure if this link was shared with Mr. Sheffield, who remains on the Ethics Commission, or not. Having been a resident of the town as long as I have, I've tried to participate in town hall meetings and such. And it's not just recent that there's been this undercurrent of hostility, the way I look at it, amongst the members of the council and the mayor's office. That's been a continuing issue. I think Ms. Capers can also attest to. It's kind of hindered me from wanting to be involved because I just didn't want to have to deal with all of that. So I agree with Ms. Capers that it's probably a good thing that someone is reaching out and trying to bridge some of these issues that are presenting themselves, because it is a hindrance to the town being able to move forward and take advantage of some of these opportunities that may be coming our way.
Okay. Is there anyone else with any comments that you want to make?
Yes, this is Councilmember Hargrove. Thank you, Ms. Capers, and thank you, Ms. Webb, for your comments. I want to first ask Ms. Capers, because the title of this is Working Together, I wanted to ask first, Ms. Capers, what is it that you see that the council can come together and do with you, or what is it you would like to see done? That's the first question I have for you. And then I would like to pose that same question to Ms. Webb.
Okay. Well, right now, the CDC is, I'm going to say, dormant. We are titled. We position ourselves where all of our credentials are in order. But we haven't been able to do much in this town because we have not had that embrace to say, come on, let me help you or let me do anything with you. I have not had that embrace. It took just to do something that I thought was really special, to put some flowers in front of the town hall. When I got people to donate money, it took forever just for somebody to say, yes, you could do that. I thought that to be a little different. And so I kind of stepped back to say, is this something that you really need to do? Is this something, but I see myself in this, and I see myself in the town. And every time I see you guys doing what you're doing everything you know how to. Yes, you know, you're running up against some resistance, but the town has to move forward, even with resistance. And I just see us pulling these people together. And today is Friday, and we could schedule Friday meetings just so that we could come together and do just this, not just for me, because I can tell you right now, there's a place down from me that's called the Ravine. And I've walked the ravine and seen as many things that I know how to do for the ravine. But that's my idea. I'm just one person in this town. I'm thinking if we could get as many as 15 working people with good ideas and how we can make this town the most beautiful place you've ever seen, we can actually do it together. But we all have to be excited in that operation. And whenever there's people who stir up whatever they're stirring up, we have to find things to make other people feel like I need to be in here and I need to help with this. Because as I just mentioned to you, talking about the ravine, my idea is to get as many people around here to help me by putting either a relative of theirs who made some history, because I want to put some benches in and I want it to say something about the history of this town. And I'm thinking there are people who are around here who want to help with that. So my idea is to knock on doors and ask people, could you help? Would you like to? I'm going to get some opposition, yes. But if together, that means us, all of us, put forth some effort, we can to do better or do differently. I think the naysayers will step aside because they won't have any place to play. That's just my thought.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Capers, for that. I really appreciate that. And I know you're on one of my committees now. I don't see a problem. And then I guess because Councilmember Akindua Waka formed this meeting tonight, for me, I don't see a problem if she needs help with this committee, being a member of the committee. I think that's a great idea. I don't have a problem with that. And again, like I said, I know that you're on my Veterans Committee as the CDC, as a CDC member. And we've been talking about things that we can do here in the town. And your goal has always been to beautify the town. And I think that's a great idea. So I thank you for that comment. Ms. Webb, I'm posing the same question to you. What would you like to see done? What do you think? What is your vision for the town? And is there anything that you would like to do? Because again, I see that you said that you've been here for 28 years and you're kind of hesitant to be a part, but see, that's part of, I hate to say that. I know you may be hesitant, but part of the problem is we need good people who may be hesitant to come and see the good that we're trying to do in the town. So I pose the same question to you. What would you like to see in this town?
My hesitancy has historically revolved around the way that the council and I guess the mayor's office interact with each other. We come to these meetings, and I mean, I've been participating more lately than I may have over the years. And it just seems like the same old song every time I get on. Somebody is, for lack of a better way of explaining it, throwing up hands, if you will, as though there's going to be a fight or argument. And quite honestly, I don't want to be part of that. So as a result, that's kind of what's driven me away, because I don't see the cooperation really amongst you. Yes, we can have our differences and we all don't have to agree, but we should all be civil. And I don't even think we're civil a lot of the time. And that really bothers me. And that's been one thing that's kind of kept me at arm's length. I'm trying to get involved with this ethics commission thing, but again, we've had opposition even there to being, when we ask a question of some people and ask for help with certain things. I mean, over a month ago, we made a request to have our email address placed on the town website. We've asked other questions and we've gotten no response. So it's very disheartening when you're having to deal with stuff like that, and it kind of pushes you away to answer your questions. If we felt like we were appreciated more, I think you might get more participation from people. And these are people in the neighborhood, and I live on the side of Addison Road where the town hall is. And I've been here long enough that I know several of my neighbors, none of whom actually get too involved. And when they did, we came up against this attitude. And we're like, okay, well, we'll back off. You guys got it. We're good. As long as my trash is picked up, the streets aren't filthy, crime isn't going haywire, we're good. Even though we may want to be involved, we don't feel that we're necessarily welcomed to be involved because people don't want to hear what we have to say. That's my opinion.
Okay, so for me, what I hear, there may be some training that you need, and you need an email on the website, your email on the website. I'm sure that we will try to see if we can't get that done as soon as possible. The training, I guess we're gonna have to look into where you can get that training. I don't know anything about training for the ethics board, but I think that's something that we would look into. And the other thing that I want to say is that I believe as a council member, there's always a few people who give that, like you said, throw hands all the time. And I believe they do that to keep people away. I think that to me is sometimes I feel that they're trying to hide something. They want to make the other council member look bad. They want to make the mayor and the council look like they are not working together. And that's what they put out there. When a lot of times it may be 4 or 5 council members who are working together, but as long as they can keep that chaos going, it serves its purpose to keep the community members away. And I hear you. I do hear you, because at times you just don't know how I feel. But I'm asking you and even your neighbors, come, get involved. And the only thing I can say is stand your ground. And sometimes you may have to call out, because I know there's times that I'm sitting here and I feel like I'm attacked, and I keep my mouth shut for that very reason. I don't want these people to think, but I'm going to say what I have to say. I'm going to try to remain calm. And for me, my voice, I think I have a hard voice. So, and a lot of times it may seem that I'm upset. I'm not. It's just that I have a hard voice, and I raise my voice so that people can hear. A lot of times you'll hear me say something, I may reply again, and after that second reply, I may not reply. Not that I'm wrong, but just that I don't want to keep going back and forth. But I'm asking you again, please, continue to support the mayor and council, continue to come, maybe ask your neighbors. I think what Ms. Capers brought up, this meeting committee would be good for the citizens and the council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hargrove. For me, Mrs. Webb, I really had the intent of this meeting so that we could face our accusers. That was my objective. And in doing so, I just want to be able for them to be able to face me, tell me what it is that you feel I'm doing wrong. Tell me what you've been provided with that shows that we are doing something wrong, and provide me with the proof of what we're doing wrong. And if so, come in, help us, and guide us to get the things done the correct way. Now, I read my report last week, and it just amazed me that nobody had any questions about it. We're trying to be as transparent as we can possibly be. We are trying to find a way that we can all work together. We're trying to look for the ways that the mayor will feel comfortable that she has a strong council and that she doesn't have anything to worry about. That's what we're working towards. But again, we can't get these things achieved until face us. That's all I'm asking. Face us, let us know what the issues are truly, and instead of just going around stirring up rhetoric. That's all we're asking. And,
Councilmember,
yes, ma'am.
yes, I would like to add a comment.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, first of all, good evening to everyone. And concerning this whole meeting, I think it's going to be a good opportunity that we can tell people that are on the line, and we need to get the total package out to tell people about the 17th, when Senator Benson and the delegates are scheduled to be in our lower level to talk about these same issues. The coming together for the residents of the town of Fairmount Heights, because if we don't, we stand to lose so much. And she started off talking about the money that was lost, I think it was 2016, but she wants to offer us opportunities, but she said she's been getting so much flack back from people writing letters, and a lot of this information is being fed by the community. So I think it's going to be important to mention that fact and to get the information out as much as possible about next Saturday morning at 9:30 in the lower level to meet with the senator and the delegates. And I think that's a great start. At least if people could find out about it in time, they will be able to schedule that. And, you know, we can be able to probably get a good turnout. And I mean, who knows, you might even get the people you were trying to get. So maybe that's the opportunity you have to be heard.
I have one
All
more
right, thank you,
question.
Mayor.
I have one more question. Ms. Webb, you said that you requested who did you send the request to have the ethics board information added to the website?
An email was sent, well, actually, Mr. Sproul, who was our chairman at the time, sent an email to the council clerk.
Okay.
And she advised him that she was not the person to update the website, that we needed to contact Ms. Sarumi.
Okay.
So she CC'd us on an email that she sent to Ms. Sarumi, asking her to contact Mr. Sproul. And to my knowledge, nobody ever contacted him. We
Okay.
definitely didn't get any response that I saw. And I have to be honest, I haven't looked at the website this week.
Okay.
But we hadn't gotten any response as of last week to say, okay, what do you guys need? Because we had minimally, we set up a website. We created a document that kind of described what we thought our process would be, subject to revision after we got training. We prepared forms that people could use to file a complaint, to report conflicts of interest, et cetera, et cetera. And those were the things we wanted to discuss, how we could get those up on the website, because people were contacting us asking, well, what do I do? How do I do this? And until we could get that done, we were kind of at a loss.
Okay. We'll see if we can't get something to you. I'm going to say next week. I'll do my best to see if I can't get you your information on the website and respond back to you guys.
Okay, but here's the problem. As I said, there are only 2 members of the Ethics Commission now, since Mr. Sproul resigned. And we can't really proceed without 3 members. So putting the info up there and then not being able to address it might not be the best way to proceed at this point.
Okay. Well, I'll get the info. I'll tell you what I will do. I'll get the correct person that you need to contact when you're ready to have your information put on the website. That way you'll have that information when you're ready to go. I think that might be the best way to go at this point then.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Okay, we'll do that.
I think Ms. Capers has her hand up.
Yeah.
Ms. Capers? You're muted, Ms. Capers.
Unmute myself. I was trying to unmute myself. What I wanted to say is when I served on the Ethics Commission, even though this has been many a year ago, I got my training through the state of Maryland, because at that time they were the only ones who offered a class in ethics training. And so I went to Annapolis. I do remember that, but it was I who set it up, and it was I did everything, because at that time I was privy to doing it myself. The other part is I wanted to say, when we were talking about getting people together and before Senator Benson, how we can get people out to help us, or where we can make the community feel like it's not the mayor. Yes, we do have a mayor and we do have a council, and I'm gonna say like this: you're just like the average town. It's not a lot of difference between how you conduct business, your feelings toward each other. It's a growing process, but I want to say this: because we have a town, and our government is supposed to be made up of us. Things are determined more by the people. I think if we could get the people more involved in making things happen, where they could see themselves in the process, that it may become less conflicting, because they will be a part of the solution, more so than every time they get to see there's nothing but a problem. But if they become a part of the solution, I think they can see themselves in it, and they can their interaction in it will make things better. That's just my concept.
Want to thank you again. I think Loretta's hand is up. You-
Oh, I got it. Good evening, everyone. This is Miss Clark. My question is one for Mayor Martin and one for Ms. Webb. Mayor Martin, concerning the Ethics Board, since they're one member short, how soon will that position be filled? And can you go back through your previous applicants to try and fill that position? And for Ms. Webb, if we have a complaint, shall we just go ahead and file a complaint with your office or committee?
Okay, I'll answer the first part of that question, Ms. Clark. The actual position, as soon as we can get one more person to agree, and that's a person of my choosing, because I am the person who makes the choice as far as the Ethics Commission, and then it's presented to the council. So I need to get a person that I think would be a good fit to fill Mr. Spruill's position. And then from there, I can present them to the council. And then from there, they can be sworn in. So it just depends. It was very, very hard to get one person that was suitable. I mean, to get 3 people that was suitable at the time this commission was being resurrected. So hopefully, I already started asking, and the first person I asked just turned me down outright. So I'm going to ask some more people, and if we can start pulling together some candidates, I'm going to make the choice and present them to the council. So I don't want to put a timeline on it.
And for me, as far as filing is concerned, since there isn't very much we can do at this point, I would appreciate perhaps if you'd hold on to your complaint or whatever you're going to file until we can get the forms and things uploaded to the website, so that we have some consistency in terms of in terms of the information that we're receiving. Because earlier we've gotten a couple of complaints and then had to turn around and when Mr. Sproul was still with us and ask for additional information because we didn't feel we had enough information to even begin to look at whatever the issue was. So if you could hold on to it until we can actually get 3 members aboard, I really would appreciate that. Did you say your last name was Clark, Miss Loretta?
Yes, yes. But I haven't filed a complaint yet, but I did send you an email asking about the procedures. You may
Okay.
have gotten my email,
Okay,
but since I didn't get a response, I never filed a complaint.
okay. Well, would you mind holding on to it, please, until we can get the group reconstituted? I'd appreciate it.
Yes, yes, I will.
Because I do feel, and I've said this to the mayor, I feel like we're kind of operating at a deficit because none of us have any experience with this whole ethics commission process. And it really would be helpful, as Ms. Capers said, to actually get some training. But with this whole pandemic thing, everybody's operations are just screwed up at the moment. So we haven't been able to make very much headway with that.
Councilmember Uck, I see that our attorney is on the line. Could he please?
I think I can't hear you, ma'am.
Okay, our
Can
attorney
you hear
is
me?
on the line. He might
Yes.
want to make a comment concerning the Ethics Commission.
Yeah, I've been good evening to everyone. Yeah, we do need to get a fully staffed ethics commission. It's very important that they feel confident in what they're doing and getting some sort of training. They obviously have me at their disposal, but I do have one question about the young lady asked a question about what should be done with the complaint. There is really no harm at this point in filing the complaint with the ethics board, but the ethics board committee just won't act on it, but it will be deemed filed, and then it can be acted on when it becomes a fully recognized, fully staffed. Either way is fine, but I don't think we should stop the residents as long as they understand that there's not going to be anything that's done with that complaint until they get the third person. If they want to file it to preserve to preserve the complaint or not to hold on to it, there's nothing illegal about that. It's just that they have to understand that, nothing is going to be done with the complaint, investigated or anything like that until it's fully staffed. So that is an option. I would leave that up to the 2 members. I think she did explain what her desire was on that point. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's nothing illegal about people filing it. We just can't act on it until we become fully staffed. Did you hear that?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Mhm.
And this is not, just let me just say this is not anything that's unique to Fairmont Heights. A lot of municipalities have a lot of problems staffing these committees, these ethics committees, because it's really, board of elections. These are really thankless jobs to some degree. The only thing, people don't ever give them a pat on the back saying good job. It's, they only get criticism. So some people are very hesitant to get involved, provide service, because it's one of those things that the only time you hear about them is when somebody's accusing them of doing something wrong. So the mayor and getting turned down flatly by the one person does not surprise me, because it is a job that's very difficult to handle, but it's not specific to our town. It's a lot of the municipalities I deal with, to some degree, have the same problem in fully staffing these committees.
Mr. Deloach, while we have you here, there was a question posed in reference to the delay and the rebuild of the police department. Could you express to the ladies that are on the line and whomever else is on the line, in reference to the suggestion that you made to us in reference to seeking additional help in reference to our applicants?
Well, not to get into too much of legal advice that I
Okay.
provided in a closed
Okay.
session, but I think if you have a problem with any department, whether it be the police department, the public works department, any department, it's not a bad idea to get assistance from outside folks or outside organizations that have experience running a particular department to assist in rebuilding. Okay. The goal with any department, but particularly with your police department, you don't want to do it just to get it done. Okay. You want to build responsibly. You want to make sure that you're just not putting a Band-Aid on a 10-inch wound. Okay. You want to make sure that you're doing it the right way and you're doing it competently. And I think that it to some degree, for the residents, it may be a little frustrating, and I get it. But it's very important that we be very deliberate in this process and make sure that we're hiring the right people, that we're getting advice from the right people, so that when we do have a new rebranded police department, we've done everything in our power to make sure that we have the right people in place and the right policies in place to support a fine functioning police department. So that's what I would say to that.
And thank you for that, sir. Appreciate it.
Quite welcome.
Councilmember Morris has joined us. I don't know if he has anything to add to the conversation.
I don't have anything at this point. I do have more complaints that came in. I got a letter yesterday that I wanted to read to the ethics board, but until they're fully staffed, I don't think it would do any good at this point. So I will wait until further notice from everybody when the ethics board is staffed and then read that letter.
Okay, is there any other further discussion? Mayor Martin, anyone?
Okay, yeah,
I wanted
think-
to, go ahead. Go ahead, Mayor.
yeah, because I was muted. I think that we really need to move our focus to the 17th and try to, as much as possible, get enough people out, because I do feel like that's going to be a platform for real pure discussion of what you were trying to get this evening. As many people as we can drum up as far as getting in to be safe and to make sure that everyone wears their mask and be secure. And that lower level, I think we need to focus on getting that done for next Saturday at 9:30.
Madam Mayor, I'd just like to add that, again, I'm sitting in a situation where two of our council people are not present. And I would really like for you to step forward and make it mandatory for them to show up on the 17th. Because just as my time is important, I'm sure everybody else's here is. And I think it's a shame that I take time out of my busy schedule and my work to come here and not everybody is present.
Council member, I won't just give you a comment back and forth on that, but since this was just a special meeting or call meeting, you know, there's always the opportunity, whereas if it's available for them to come on, they can. But now on this particular meeting, if I would designate that this is with our senator and our delegates, so that everybody can make themselves available. I will make sure that that happens. When it gets past that stage, the ball falls back to them in order to participate. So I'm going to put it out there for everybody.
Thank you.
That's for the whole council and for the community.
Okay.
May I ask a question, please? This is Pat Webb. How are you planning to notify the community of this meeting? It's 1 week away. And I find a lot of times when I get stuff in my mailbox, I usually see it, but I'm sure a lot of people don't, or don't pay attention to it anyway. So what's the plan to make sure people are aware of this meeting with the delegates and Ms. Benson?
Okay. We have, first of all, we're going to make sure it gets on the website. It's going to be put on the TV station. It's going to be definitely the flyer that goes out through the community. And I hope to have that out at least probably by Tuesday evening, because they have trash on Tuesday morning. So sometimes they come back in the evening and put it out. But if we put it out too early, people just wind up just pushing it to the side. So normally we try to put it out middle of the week. So that would be going out to the community in the form of a flyer. It will be on the TV station and on the website. And we have a list of some of the people who are always, say like civic association members and say other organizations, they normally tap in, their email addresses are at the town hall. So I'll make sure that they're sent out to each one of those people.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, if there's no further discussion, I would suggest that we move to adjournment so that we can go and enjoy our families and begin our weekend. Is everyone in agreement with that?
Yes.
Or is
Are we
there-
going to be here next Friday too?
That's my question. That's my question as well. We said we're gonna try to get
We're gonna
together.
put your idea into place ASAP. And I will, and if we are able to do the same, then we will notify you in the same way through via the email.
Okay.
Ms. Webb, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Capers.
No, I was going to let Ms. Webb go ahead.
I had the same question Ms. Capers had, because when we first started this conversation, it was suggested that it might be a good idea if we formed a committee of some kind that met frequently just to discuss what's going on and how we can work better together. So I just had her question.
Okay.
I just wanted to add to that also that, normally Fridays are big meet. It's like the end of the week. It's not good timing as far as I'm concerned. So I won't really commit to that, but I think we can get together and find out sometimes that we could alternate our days or pull people together. It doesn't have to be in the same format, but it's just that people are talking and trying to work on solutions.
Okay, Madam Mayor and Ms. Webb, I will try to get just the meeting for the 17th on the station, by, I'm going to say Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, hopefully Tuesday, if not before.
Wonderful.
The television station's a wonderful thing, but I have to admit, I don't have access to channel 11, so I don't ever have an opportunity to see what goes up on your station. And I'm sure there are a lot of other people in the same position that I'm in because I don't have Comcast, or if that's where 11 is.
It's
It's on Verizon.
It's on Verizon.
Okay.
Now, the way that this is supposed to work, and I know we're taking a little bit more time, Councilmember Up, the way that it's supposed to work, videos and things like that that are on the TV station goes to the YouTube station. Flyers and information of that sort is supposed to be mimicked on the website. And there is also supposed to be on the website a link to link you directly to the YouTube station. So even though it's on the TV station, those things, if it's a video or anything like that, that automatically goes to the YouTube station. If it's a flyer or something like that, it's supposed to go on the website.
What's the name of the
So-
YouTube station?
Fairmont Heights.
Oh,
Town of Fairmont Heights.
Yeah, the town of Fairmont Heights.
okay.
So we're trying to cover everything, so that you get all the information that, that you're supposed to have.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, with that, I'm going to say thank you, ladies, for participating. And all do have a good night and a peaceful weekend.
Okay,
The
Good
peace of
time.
God be with everyone.
you too.
Have a good weekend, everybody.